we were sat over there and we were watching you talk for ages. What were you discussing?
Do you want to try it? It's a
No.
social experiment.
Well, it depends what it is.
Well, if you have a conversation with me, I can ask you. We can
Not
do it faster.
necessarily. I'd want to know what the conversation is,
Well, there's only one way to know.
but I don't want to find out that way.
Why?
I'm not interested enough for that. I was just curious to know what they were having a conversation about. I don't. Main reason why I don't want to is because I wouldn't want to put it online.
Okay. Yeah, I talk about veganism with people.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about it?
I am vegan.
You are vegan.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
Was that what the conversation was?
Yeah, it was about
Oh.
veganism. How long have you been vegan for?
Trying to think, like when I started, it was like I think it might have been 2018. I see. Yeah. It's like maybe 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I did veganuary and then just didn't stop.
By the way, I'm live right now. If you don't want to
Oh,
be in the
okay.
video, that's fine.
Fair enough.
When did you do the veganuary?
Yeah, when I started, I was already vegetarian and then I just didn't stop.
I like that. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy your video.
I like it. Nice. Hello, Axel. Yes, that person was already vegan. Let's see what we get. Hello, Curtis. Hello, Valentin. And hello, Martin. Yes, we are here again. It is Friday evening. I hope we get a lot of people. Hi. You want to have a conversation with me?
English, please.
Yeah, English. You want to
Okay,
have a
sorry.
conversation with me?
I didn't understand.
Can you come closer?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you want to have a conversation with me?
Why not? Yes.
Okay.
When
So,
it got my curiosity.
okay. How do you feel about animals?
Animals.
Yeah.
I like,
You
but
like
I'm
animals?
allergic to cats and dogs.
You're allergic to cats and dogs,
Yeah.
but you like animals,
I
right?
love. Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you, do you think it's possible to like animals but at the same time abuse them?
Well, it kind of make me feels like about babies that likes cats but hurts them in a way.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Yeah, but I yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe with people who understand it, not necessarily babies. Do you think it's possible?
Not really.
Okay. So then, what do you think about animal abuse? Are you pro or against it?
Against?
Okay, against it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, well, the final question, which is trying to think that I usually ask, and I'm not trying to catch up on this. What do you think about the animals that we put into slaughterhouses for us? Would you say that's abusive?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
it hurts my
Yeah.
like the feeling sensation. Well, it's like I've thought about stop eating meat basically when I was younger.
Yeah.
My parents prevented me from stopping completely, and now I eat. Yeah, meat, but it hurts. Yeah, it's a dilemma in personal, in a way.
Yeah, because that's exactly the question that I asked. The second question: do you think you can be against animal abuse while participating, while supporting it?
Yeah, well, it's a paradox, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm like having troubles with eating, on a daily basis, good, like proper meals every day, to not like lose weight or anything like that. So yeah, it kind of is a gray area. Do you eat meat?
I don't. I'm a vegan. Do you know what veganism is?
Yes. It's the lifestyle of not consuming anything related to
I like
animals.
that. Yeah. Why do you think we do that?
What do I think about that?
Why do you think I do that?
I mean, there are maybe the. I mean, there are many reasons, huh? No, that leads to veganism, kind of.
Yeah. So, veganism is a moral principle. It's not a diet. It's not anything else. It's just a moral principle and a lifestyle
Yeah.
that says we don't want animals to be exploited, abused, and slaughtered for us.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Do you want animals to be exploited, abused, and slaughtered for you?
No, the question is tough.
Yeah.
Because no, but yeah, you see, it's the paradox
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough thing.
It's a tough thing. What
Yeah.
is it that you find difficult about aligning your actions with your morals? I'm here to ask the tough questions, man. It's a social experiment. It's a difficult one. It's not an easy one.
That's
Yeah.
right. What was the question again?
So what is it that you find difficult with aligning your actions with your morals?
Well, I mean, like the consumption of animals and like everything that comes from animals is basically the things I grew up with, you know. And I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, I understand that you grew up with
But
it.
I'm thinking like, I mean, in the future of having like maybe a pescatarian thing, you know, that I find is a kind of a mix, mid, you know.
But that
Or,
still exploits animals, doesn't it?
fishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes. What I mean, yeah, it's hard.
Do you know what sentience is?
Sentience. No.
So sentience is synonymous with consciousness. In a sense, it means that
Yeah.
all these animals are sentient. They
Yeah.
they
They
experience
feel.
the world around them.
Yeah.
They have emotions. They have feelings. You know, they feel sadness. They feel happiness.
Yeah, that's right.
And they feel happiness.
Yeah,
They feel
that's
pain
right.
also, which
Yes,
is more
I've seen.
important.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, fish also have that in that sense, right? And I don't know how much you know about the dairy industry. How much do you know about the dairy
Oh
industry?
my God, no.
Do you know about
Oh
how,
my God.
you know-
That's horrible, horrible
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Yeah, I've deep dived into it like when I was young. Horrified me as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But it seems like you're halfway there. What's keeping you from living your happy life, your
You
moral
know?
life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. You know, life. I'm getting to a point in life where I can like put my structure of everything. You know, kind of. Right now, I'm in the schemes of things. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if like veganism will be my way because, I mean, you know, I don't know. Well, you know, I think about that deep diving maybe later on. You know, but the first step would be to reduce the meat consumption right now. You know.
But let me pose it this way. Let me put it in different perspectives. Maybe you understand it better.
Yeah.
Let's say we have this one person who likes to beat up their wife. They
Uh-huh.
do it every day.
Yeah.
3 times a day they beat up their wife.
Yeah.
And somebody comes and tells them, listen, it's not okay to beat up your wife. And they're like, yeah, I know, but I just can't stop, right? And then he says, okay, the best thing I can do is reduce it. I'll reduce beating my wife. Do you see the analogy?
Okay. Yes. But yes. Well, I mean, everyone has like I mean, each species, to my thinking, has like a way of consciousness in a in their sense. I don't think it's like at that extent comparable to what human can experience. You know. But
Does it matter? There's human beings who can experience way less also, right? If you think about mentally challenged people, they might experience way less than we do, right? Because they're not as intelligent. There might be people who have certain parts of their brains who are inactive and they don't experience the way we do experience the world. Hell, I don't even know how you experience the world versus how I experience the
Yeah,
world,
that's right. Yes.
So why would we say that then maybe I experience it in a much better way than you? Maybe my experience is much better. Would that be a good enough justification for me to put you in situations where I exploit you and then take your life for optional food? Because it's optional.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I kind of agree. You know.
Yeah.
It's
You know, and I see that you think that veganism is this thing that will occupy your time, but the reality is, every day you have to eat. 3 times a day you will make this. You have to make a choice, and when you make that choice, you always can choose between an option that does not exploit an animal or an option that exploits an animal. It's as easy as that.
Yes, well, I think. Well, then I mean, before like either like changing my diet or anything, you know, then you'll have to know some like the different ways of eating, basically. You know, like the different recipes
nutritional,
and you know.
Say if you have this, let's assume you have all the nutritional information that you need. Would that get you to be vegan? What would keep you from being vegan if you had all the nutritional information?
Honestly, my unstable lifestyle for the moment, you know, it's like I'm moving apartment every 2 months, so I cannot like have like get used to anything, you know.
But you
So,
do
yeah,
eat.
I mean, huh?
You do eat.
I do.
And how do you make decisions based what you eat?
What I'm used to cooking, you know.
Yeah.
And how I plan my meals and yeah, things like that. So Yeah. I mean,
Let's
I
put it
got
in
your
a
point.
different
I
context.
got your point.
Then let's put it in a different point. Let me ask you this: if yeah, you can smoke if you
Yeah,
want.
I have a friend waiting there.
I'll just keep it for 2 more minutes. Let me just put it in a different perspective and ask you, because it seems like if they're animals, you are like, maybe I'll reduce it, maybe I'll go, and then at some point I'll stop. That's kind of the attitude. But let's say it's humans. Let's say you find out tomorrow there's in the news all the meat in the supermarket, all the milk in the supermarket is coming from exploited human beings. What would you do then?
But
Would you still buy it? Would you still contribute to this?
well, I mean, I cannot eat humans being, you know.
Yeah. So
But I would eat egg.
But then, this is where I ask you, what is, because this is where there's this question called name the trade, and it goes like this: like, what is it that an animal lacks, that if a human being also lacked that,
Yeah.
it would make it okay to do it to humans?
Oh! No, that's one way of seeing things.
Yeah. So what is it that animals don't have that if human beings also didn't have this, it would be okay to do it to them? This is the question.
Oh my god! No, no. I mean, that makes me think about like a kind of a sci-fi way of seeing things, like a dystopian, we create bodies, you know, just like at the bare minimum of living, just to create food, you know, that kind of thing. But that no, that well, you know, that's not, yeah. Yeah, that's
But you
right.
know, throughout history, we justified enslaving and doing worse things to human beings because we said they're not like us. And we justified it by saying they're inferior to us. Isn't that what we do to animals?
Yeah, but well, you know, yeah, I feel you. But isn't, yeah, I feel. But
Come on, ask. Ask away. I'm ready for questions if you have questions.
yeah, but you know, it depends on where is the. But I mean, your limit or your way of feeling things. Basically, I mean, I think most people like don't want to see or don't want to know, you know, anything
Yeah.
regarding that. But I mean, just like I grew up with like association putting like shocking videos of slaughterhouses basically. So basically, I have this sensibilization kind of, but well, it's just that the better me will do it, you know,
Yeah.
like you know.
Yeah, so in slaughterhouses, this footage that you see, how do you feel when you see it?
But it's breathtaking, you know. I
Yeah.
have to take my.
It's bad, it's
Again.
bad, it's really bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So how do you feel knowing that you are responsible for it?
Bad too, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what the #1 benefit of being vegan is?
What?
You don't feel bad anymore. You're not a hypocrite. If you oppose it, you live up to your own moral standards. And animals don't go into these slaughterhouses for you. They don't get exploited for you.
That's
You
right.
don't participate in this whole system.
That's right.
Is that a good enough justification for you to go vegan?
Well, I mean, you know, it's a whole way, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm not ready to eat like you know, like one of my roommates or like my past roommates, lentils salads or quinoa salads on a fucking daily basis, you know.
You don't have to eat lentil
Yes.
salads or quinoa salads. You
Yes.
can eat everything you eat with meat. You can eat it as a plant-based. You want to eat a burger? There's a plant-based burger.
Yes, but at what cost then? You know.
You mean like money?
Yeah.
There's do you live in Netherlands?
For a few months, yeah.
Okay, yeah, here everything is actually this year became the first year where plant-based products are cheaper than meat. Yeah, than animal-based products. All of them. So price isn't really a justification. And in Albert Heijn, you know the store Albert Heijn.
Yeah.
Every week, there is at least one brand of plant-based meat that is discounted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you do?
I sometimes have plant-based meat, sometimes I have whole food plant-based meals like curries or stuff like that, you know? Because if you think about it, rice, lentils, beans, tofu, tempeh, all of these, they're already vegan. Like most Mexican food, for example, is almost vegan. They just add a little bit of meat, which you can easily substitute with either plant-based meat or tofu or stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it's very easy. It's not difficult in that sense. Like,
Well, you know, I'm from Moroccan origins.
yeah,
And so meat is kind of at the base of every meal, you know, you eat.
yeah, but
So growing up, I was like, I had the feeling, kind of necessity feeling of having a piece of meat during one, you know, meal, each meal, or else it's just like in between or something, you know, kind
Yeah.
of, I swear. So, well, I'm just trying to get rid of that used, you know.
yeah. But do you think tradition should dictate, or tradition, or all of this? I understand it's important for you because of your roots, and I appreciate that. But it doesn't mean you can't have Moroccan food anymore. It just means you won't have animal products in them. It just means animals
No, I
don't,
agree, but
don't
I agree.
get exploited
Yeah, I
for
agree,
you.
but it's like the uses basically, you know. It's I mean, like in my diet or that part of the paradox I have, you know,
Yeah.
is something that is still pending in a way, you know.
But the thing is, this paradox doesn't just affect you. It affects others. There's victims.
Yes. Well, yes, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I like it's like right now in life there are like other shits going on. You know?
Yeah. But you
So-
can't have other shit going on while at the same time going plant-based, because again, you have to make a decision every
That's
time you do.
That's
You-
right.
Yeah.
But it's yeah.
And it's so easy, man. There's no
Is it?
excuse.
Is it?
It's so
Is it?
easy.
You know?
Dude, everybody, every vegan, ask every vegan you meet, ask them how difficult it is to be vegan. Everybody will tell you it's extremely easy. Why do you think it is? It is very easy. It just seems hard because it sounds like a change, but it's very easy.
Okay.
I agree.
You agree?
I do.
Okay, I like that.
Hello.
Will you do me a favour?
Yes.
If I do 5-star jumps, will you do it with me?
If you do
If
what?
you do what?
5-star jumps.
What is star jump?
Like,
Oh, you mean like jumping
Sorry,
jacks?
yeah, we jump
Excuse me,
jacks.
do you mind if I
Who's
take the
getting married
microphone?
right
Just one
I
second.
would rather not take the microphone, but you
That's
can speak in
insane.
front of the
It's
microphone.
just because my friend has a charity
I'm going
running
to-
at the minute.
Okay, wait, let me give you a
Sophia?
card before you go, okay? Let me give you a card before you go.
What is happening here?
Sophia?
Go here, type in this code or scan this, and watch the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Okay.
Watch
Thank
that,
you.
okay?
Thank you.
And if you decide that you want to go vegan, there's Challenge 22. If you subscribe to it, they send you vegan recipes every day and hook you up with a nutritionist.
Okay.
Exactly what you need.
Okay.
Okay? What's
What's
your
your
name?
name?
I'm Chip.
Chip, Adam.
Yeah. Adam, nice to meet you,
Nice to
Adam.
meet you too.
Adam, we don't want to be violent towards animals, okay? When you
Well,
pay
I
for this, you are responsible for violence towards animals. Okay?
I feel you.
If you don't want that
I
to
feel
happen,
you.
don't do it, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And going forward, when you buy an animal product, an animal will go to these
I will think about
slaughterhouses.
it.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Adam.
Bye, nice to
Have a good one. Benji says, haha, they couldn't take being ignored for 2 minutes. Yeah, Benji, that's true. They left instantly. They want to take my microphone. I didn't let them. Hit him with the last speech of holding him accountable. Great. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it's always difficult when you're in front with a stranger. They kind of show you this whole thing, you're faced with it. At the end of the day, I think maybe I'm not the person to get them to be vegan, but I'm getting them as close as I can, and then somebody else will be a bit pushy or something, and they'll get them there. And I am trying to get them there, but yeah. Let's hecking go, says Vogan Poetry. Yeah, we can swear, we can say fuck. But I understand if you don't want to do that. Oliver, do you think Carrie is fake vegan or just weird kind of pick-me vegan? I don't know what I think, I just want to talk to her about the whole thing. Peace. Be peaceful in there. Martin says that was good. Thank you. Hey, Jigger, nice to see you here. Hey, everybody, check out Jigger's channel. He's got a lot of good conversations also. He's a great activist, so check out his channel. Okay, I see you guys are fighting. I'm just gonna sit here. Everyone try? Social experiment. it's getting busier, which is kind of cool. But so far, the only people I talked to this guy right now. There was another person I talked to that was already vegan. And I have a conversation that I recorded that I'm hoping to post on Monday with a couple from Germany. And I saw it as a positive conversation. I don't know if they'll go vegan, but it was an interesting, positive conversation. And they also mentioned Rafaela, by the way, which, of course, everybody from Germany knows her. Jigger says, "Let's fucking go!" Nice. Benji, what's with the backpack? I have the backpack because I met with a friend before this, and they got me something, I got them something, it was a whole thing, and I have a couple of stuff. I almost always have the backpack with me, but I usually attach it to the camera or something, but I don't know, somehow today I don't feel like letting it there, so I feel like having it on me. Benji says drugs. No, not drugs, no, not drugs, no. No, I don't have drugs. I don't even, I have my like water, my coat. Anna says it's totally drugs. Hey, no judgment. No judgment, okay? If you like drugs, that's all good, that's all you. Let's see if we can get some people to come here and have a conversation with us. Hey Natalie, nice to see you. I see some people being interested from the table. They closed the bike lane, so it's becoming more busy. Nice. That means more conversations. Wait, I thought Saturday night was live outreach time. Yeah, Christina, I did today. I did it also. Why not? Hi. You wanna try this social experiment?
Yes.
I like it. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Can you come closer?
I can come closer.
Oh yeah. There you go. Nice.
I'm
Nice.
from here.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm from Romania, but I live here, so.
Oh,
it's
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah.
To get you. How much time do you have? No.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, then I'll ask you a different thing.
Yes.
Okay, what do you think about animals?
Animals. I love
Yeah.
animals.
You love animals.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about animal abuse?
I don't love animal abuse.
You don't love animal
no.
abuse. Do you think you can love animals while at the same time supporting animal abuse?
No.
Okay, what would you classify as animal abuse?
Well, here we go, because now I'm going to be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would classify animal abuse testing on animals, but also literally abuse.
Okay.
Like kicking. But you're going to go.
Emotional or physical harm? Is that a good enough
Yeah, but you're
definition?
going towards like eating them or not?
I'm gonna ask you yes.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Because I do.
You do, yeah.
I do.
Okay, so would you classify that as abuse?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yes.
is actually.
Do you,
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see the contradiction in saying
I
that you're
do.
against that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, do you know what veganism is?
I do.
Can you walk me through it just to be sure that you have that correct? Because a lot of people.
Yeah, when you're vegan, you don't eat meat, but you also don't use the products that come from an animal, right?
Yeah, that's good. Why do you think we do that?
Because you don't want animals to be exploited for anything, right?
I like that.
Yeah,
You-
okay.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
veganism is. It's a
yeah.
moral principle where we oppose the idea of exploiting animals. Or another way of putting it, we oppose the idea of animals should being commodified or treated
Yeah.
like objects, right?
Yeah.
Does that speak to you?
It does. I really do understand.
Yeah.
And I think it's really like hypocritical for myself to eat. I do understand that.
Yeah,
and
okay.
because I do eat like, for me, the normal meats,
Yeah.
you know, it sounds very, very weird, but like the cow and pig and chicken, I
Yeah.
do eat that. And I refuse to eat like duck or lamb, or because I find it, you know, like...
But is there a difference between them?
There's
That's
no
just-
difference, but
no.
in my head there's a difference, because I'm
Okay.
in my head, like, it's normal where I grew up, it's normal to eat like these 3 types of meat,
Yeah.
and then the other types are like, for me, like no, they're cute animals, and yeah, it's very weird.
What would incentivize you to go vegan and not participate in any of this?
I really don't know. I really don't know, because
Okay.
I kind of feel like you need it in some type of way. if you look back at our ancestors, but I'm not a biologist or anything, so.
Yeah, so maybe in the past you could say that we needed it. There's people claiming not. I don't know. I don't want to get necessarily into what happened in the past.
Yeah.
But right now we don't need it.
We don't need it.
We don't. Like right now we have so many readily available options.
Yeah.
And there's studies showing that you can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet. So we don't actually need it. So that means when we do buy an animal product, we choose to do it, and we choose to put animals into a system of exploitation and eventual slaughter.
Yeah.
So, do you want to keep putting animals into a system of exploitation and slaughter?
I don't.
You don't.
But, yeah.
But what is keeping you then from? Like, what is it that you find hard?
It's hard to break your own habits. I think that's what's hard. Yeah.
I appreciate that. You seem like an emotionally intelligent person. I should
Thank
say,
you so much.
Because you're aware of that. Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
But,
I am.
Okay, and let me ask you, because it's hard to break your habits, but you see, when you say that, I will complete it with it's hard to break those habits for the animals.
Yeah.
Because if you were to find out tomorrow that all the meat in the supermarket, everything is coming from dogs, exploited dogs.
Yeah.
Would you break that habit?
I would cry. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then.
Yeah.
And you know there's no difference between dogs
There
and
is
these
no
animals.
difference.
Okay.
No, because cows are like dogs. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, how do we break this contradiction? Where do we go going forward?
What do you like? How do you say that? What would you tell me to do?
So
Yeah.
I can give you some resources. I can give you some resources to look further into it, and it would help you break the habit.
Yeah.
You know, I think there was this study at some point that said the habit is changed in 22 days. And there's a thing called Challenge 22, which I'll give you resources to.
Yeah.
There's also, if you're Dutch, there's Vegan Challenge, which is in Dutch, and it's specifically for Netherlands. And they all basically take you for 1 month. They send you recipes every day and hook you up with nutritionists to get the best nutrition that you need.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, most people, a lot of them become vegan because they realize it's extremely easy to be vegan. It's like, like if you imagine your day when you buy things in the supermarket or when you go to the store, or sorry, when you go to a restaurant, it's the same. You just pick the vegan option always.
Yeah.
Supermarket or restaurant or wherever you go, right? So if I provide you with that, if I give you that, if you find all of this,
Yes.
do you want to go forward and try it?
I would try. I guess.
Try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it that? Okay, try it.
Yeah.
I want to see you try,
Yeah.
but I also want to see you
Do
succeed.
it, like
Do it,
succeed.
do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I
That's what I want to
understand.
see. Yeah, because it's not about me or you. It's
No.
about the animals.
Yeah.
Right. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We don't want them to be exploited.
No, we don't.
Do you have any questions for me?
I don't, but I really want to thank you.
Yeah.
Actually.
What's your
Yeah.
name?
I'm Kimberly.
Kimberly. Nice to meet you, Kimberly.
Nice
I'm
to meet
Chip.
you.
Yeah, I'm. It's you seem like an open-minded person, honestly. Like I don't get a lot of those, so it's good to see that.
Oh, that's
And
good.
I just want to tell you that I will give you resources to look into it, and you can choose to look into it. You can choose to take it step by step if you want.
Yeah.
But when you do that, every time you will buy an animal product, one animal will go into those
Yeah.
cruel practices, will be exploited, will be slaughtered eventually.
And you will think about it then.
The question
Yeah.
is, would you, if you were in their shoes, what would you want yourself to do?
Yeah. No, well.
Stop
Not be
or-
eaten. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
in that sense, yeah, so you understand your responsibility in the matter?
do.
You understand?
Yeah.
You understand the sense of urgency in it also?
Yeah. Also.
Okay.
I do.
It feels like you
Yeah.
understand.
No,
You're
I do.
halfway
I
there.
really want to thank you for this conversation. I
Okay.
enjoyed it actually.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, so I want to walk you more through it to be certain that you understood it, but you said you understood it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't want to force too much
Oh.
information on you. Do you like dogs, cats? Which one would you like more?
Yeah. Dogs.
Dogs,
are my
okay. And then
favorite.
I give you a dog card.
Oh, thank you so much.
Uh,
That's great.
So I want to tell you right here,
Yeah.
if you scan this code or go on this website and
Yeah.
type in this code, there's Challenge 22, which you also have a link here,
Yeah.
which I just mentioned. If you subscribe to it, they send you recipes. All of it is free.
Yeah.
There's also a vegan challenge. It's just called Vegan Challenge. I think it's .com or .nl, not sure, but if you Google it, it comes right up,
Yeah.
right back. Send you recipes, hook you up with a nutritionist. If you go on this website,
Yeah.
you also have personalized help. Somebody will log in with you on the Discord server and help you
Yeah.
even further.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how to substitute something, but the most important thing I want you to is get informed, and that is if you again, if you scan this,
Yeah.
or go to this website and put in this code,
Yeah.
there's a video called "The Most Important Speech You Will Ever Hear," and they teach you about the animal industry because some people think, oh well, if it's biological, it's better, or eggs are okay, or milk is okay, but do you know about the dairy industry, by the way?
Yeah, I do, and it's not that nice either.
It's not.
No.
What do you know about it? Just
Well, they're definitely being exploited because the animals don't have a good life.
they don't.
They don't. They get used purely for their product that they.
And I'll just tell you in a nutshell because, so cows. Why do you think cows produce milk?
For their babies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, they have to be pregnant for that to have babies,
Yeah.
right? So farmers don't just wait for cows to get pregnant when, oh, I feel like having a baby.
Yeah.
They forcefully impregnate them
Yeah.
every year, and the procedure is like they put their hands in their anus, holds their cervix, and injects blue semen. It's a very ugly procedure.
Yeah.
And after 9 months, when the baby is born, if the baby is a male, they're useless to the industry, so they get.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the baby is a female, they get put into the same cycle as their mother.
Yeah.
And yearly forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years, depending on the farm, depending on the
Yeah.
breed. And afterwards, they all go to a slaughterhouse,
Yeah.
not because they are old or something, but rather because the farmer cannot
can't
justify
use the- yeah,
financially
yeah.
keeping them alive.
Yeah.
So it's they're objects to them.
You
They're
should try that with women.
wait, what?
You should try that with women. Then we would. It's like, if you think about it, it's the same, right?
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean? I'm sorry. I'm not. You mean, are you saying we should do this to women?
No, we shouldn't do this
Yeah.
to women. But I mean, like, if you would do this to women,
Yeah, it would be awful.
Yeah,
it would
it
be
would-
called rape, basically, right?
yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
it's quite the same if you think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean. Don't.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah. So they can live up to 20 years and they get killed at less than half their life because they don't produce enough money for them.
Yeah.
Do you want to be part of this?
I don't.
You don't, right? It's a system of violence, of
Yeah.
oppression. If you don't want to be part of it, it's very easy to be vegan.
Yeah.
It is.
It's so good. And thank you so much.
Yeah.
I will go to my friends now because I think they left me. But thank you so much for this conversation.
Thank you, Kimberly, for having this conversation with
Thank
me.
you.
You have my
Yeah.
socials here, Vegan
Great.
Power
I
Lab.
will follow you.
Follow me.
Yeah.
If you need further help, you can also contact me there, and
Great.
I'll give you some. I also live in Amsterdam, so it's all good.
That's great.
Nice.
Thank you so
Nice to
much.
meet
Have
you,
a great
Kimberly.
evening.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. She was. I liked her. I really liked her. I don't get a lot of thank you for telling me this. I don't get a lot. I never got it, actually. As long as she watches the most important speech you'll ever hear, I have high hopes for her going vegan. Yeah. I have hopes for her going vegan either way. I think she was a very, very nice girl. Christina says I liked her too. Yeah, Kimberly, yeah. I hope she follows me and contacts me afterwards, because if she goes vegan, I'll be extremely proud. Oh,
Just going back to like know
Yeah.
if your Instagram or something.
yeah, sure. You have it on my card, by the way.
I do I?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
vegan.
maybe.
Oh, let me type it. Yeah. Oh, you have the weird keyboard. What's this?
Ah, it's a French keyboard.
Oh,
sorry.
it's a French.
Yeah.
This is me.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one. And people following me, it's also good because they get to see more material, right? He too high to read, says Oluwali. I think he was a bit high, yeah. That's okay. Is this a previous person? Yes, it was Terry. It was the person right before this one. Hey, you want to give it a try? Honestly, I had some pretty good conversations today so far. Jigger says, did you adopt that from me, trying to get her to contact you because you're attracted to her? Says, hey, Jigger, she was cute, but no. I started telling people about it because I think it feels a bit more personal, and at the end of the day, we want people to go vegan. I want to hear also some success stories. They're good, like it's good to see success stories. So if people do contact me, I expect success stories also. But yeah, she was also cute. When they come back, seems like a good sign. It's a good enough sign, yeah. That's a good sign, yeah. Honestly, I wish I would find a way to put it also on Instagram because I have a lot of followers there. And I wish I could do this live. Hi, you guys want to try it? It's gonna sit like this when people come from that area. Wish I could do this live also on Insta because there might be a bit more people watching and a lot of them are not vegan there, so yeah. Oh, and speaking of, if you're new here, like and subscribe, please. Oh my God, Elle is here. Hey, Elle. I loved your video, Elle, when you had that conversation with. I think you'll love this video. You had like with 3 people. That was very nice. Just waiting for people to have a conversation, but it seems like everybody's going around me somehow. We gotta have patience. Hella base for doing this. Thank you. That's honestly, I find that nicer than recording, editing, and all that. It's nicer to just have this conversation. Oh, we might have a conversation. You guys want to try?
What is it? What is it?
It's I just ask you some questions, get you to think. How does that sound?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, do you have a social cause that you're particularly passionate about?
Women in sports.
Yes.
Women in sports.
Yes, Zoe.
Ask
Okay.
questions I want to.
Are we for women in sports? Are we against?
We are
We're
for.
We are
playing this
for
again.
women in
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women are equal to men, right? After all, why would there differences?
I was going to say something there, but it'd be controversial.
Okay. Well, this conversation might be a bit controversial.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Let's go. Sheena,
Oh, it's
get back
live.
here.
It is live. Yes, it is live.
Okay, great.
Okay. How do you guys feel about consent?
Consent.
Yes.
Like consent in general.
Consent in general. Do you think consent matters?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Okay, I like that.
100%,
Okay.
100%.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pose a situation where somebody wants to take another person back to their home.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna throw some hypotheticals out there to test your moral system, okay?
Right, okay.
Okay. So, would you say it's important if this person wants to take this other person back to their home? Would you say consent matters?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. Okay. No? What happened? Okay. She just said no and left all of a sudden. By the way, everybody, yeah, weird. That was weird. By the way, everybody, be careful because people will be watching the chat. You want to try it? Yeah. Okay, I like that. How do you feel about animals?
Animals.
Yes.
I love animals.
You love animals?
Yes.
How do you feel about animal abuse?
Bad.
Bad. Okay.
I'm not so good in English.
You're not so good in English.
Okay.
That's okay. That's
Yes.
okay. Do you think you can be against? Would you say you're against animal abuse?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think what do you think abuse is? What would you classify as abuse?
It's hard to explain because it starts very soon, like having a dog. It can be animal abuse, but eating animals or yes,
Okay.
everything more bad is.
Do you think you can be against animal abuse while at the same time supporting it by paying for it?
Yes, maybe I do it. Not maybe. Of course, I'm doing it because yes.
Because
I think it's like everywhere, so I don't know where what I do for supporting it.
do you think animals being forced into slaughterhouses for us is a form of abuse?
No, but I'm vegetarian.
You're vegetarian.
Yes.
So do you eat dairy products?
Yes.
What do you know about the dairy industry?
I know.
You know?
I think I know it's very.
Would you say it's abusive?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, it's milk. For example, is for babies, not for us drinking cornflakes or eating cornflakes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
in a nutshell, what happens in the dairy industry is that cows get forcefully impregnated.
I know.
Their
but don't
babies get
tell me
taken
now,
from them.
I'm getting sad.
Okay. Okay. But like, given all of this, and given that you said you're against it, what is keeping you from not supporting it?
Yes. I don't know. Nothing. It's my foulness.
Yeah.
You know, my not being strong enough to do it.
Okay. Do you think? Let me ask you further. Like, if there were humans instead of cows, would you be strong enough to do it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So would you be? The question is, if you found out that tomorrow all the milk that you buy is coming from pregnant women,
It's no different for me.
it's no different. So you would still
No.
buy it.
No, I don't buy milk. So my husband
you buy
drinks
cheese.
milk. Yes, because
Let's say the cheese coming,
Yes.
it's coming from human sources.
yes, it's bad. I know,
Yeah.
but I think better one step than all steps. You know, like
Yeah.
better one step in the right direction than no step.
Yeah. But better one step is
I know it always can be better.
no.
but
The question is because is it really better given that animals still get exploited and killed on your behalf?
Huh?
Is it really better that animals because animals still get exploited and killed on your behalf, right? Like you say you don't eat meat, right? I suppose it's because you love animals.
Yes.
Okay, but is there a difference between eating meat and consuming dairy products given that both of them
No,
exploit
it's
and kill
no,
animals?
it's no difference. But I think one step in the right direction is better than no step. You know.
Yeah, but let me pose this
I
in
know.
a different way. Like if a person beats their wife every day for their whole and then at some point they say, you know what? I usually beat my wife with the belt,
know what
but I'm
you
just
want to
gonna
say.
slap them now.
Yes, I know. But what can I say now? I just can say to you, okay, I don't do anything from animals right now, so you are happy, like, you know what?
I want you to be
think-
honest.
Yes, me too. That's
Okay.
why I could be here and say, I don't eat cheese, I don't drink milk.
I understand what you've
Yes.
done so far, but my
Yes.
question is going forward, what do you want
Yes,
to do?
I can do. I maybe I would do, but I can't tell now.
Why?
Because I'm not in the position to tell right now here at the street at night because I don't want to tell you any lies which
Okay.
I can't hold in the future, you know?
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you understand your responsibility in the matter?
Yes?
Do you understand that some of these animals go into slaughterhouses because you pay for them?
Yes.
You go there. Okay, that's number one. And number two, do you understand that you can survive and thrive and stop between doing this?
Yes.
Okay. Then,
Sind die schon gegangen? Okay, I need
Okay.
to go because they are
I'll give you a
going.
card. But then,
No, I don't need.
you don't need a card?
No.
Just know that going forward,
I know.
when you pay for an animal product, including
I
dairy
know,
products,
but
animals
one
will
tip
be
from me
exploited and
is-
abused.
Worship what humans do already, not only telling what they could do more, you know? One thing is you can say, oh, you're good what you've done so far and you can do better, but not only concentrate on the negative side.
But you still
What-
exploit animals, there's no difference.
I think it's a difference to do nothing or to a bit. But it's a
But-
difference between us. It could
But
be.
what's a bit? Because if you're still exploiting animals, what's that bit? You're exploiting less animals?
Yes. I think it's a bit, but it's maybe a difference between our two opinions.
But why would I encourage you by saying that it's okay to
No,
exploit
you don't
less
need.
animals?
It's a tip from me. You don't need
Yeah.
to accept it, but
Yeah.
it's a tip from me.
Yeah.
It's a tip from you to don't
No,
eat
I understand
cheese.
that. I understand what you mean. But
Yes,
like
maybe you
for
can
me
think
it's not
about it.
it's not about you
Yes.
or me, it's about the animals. That's all it is.
Yes, but
yeah.
now it's between
if you
us.
think about
I
the
don't,
animals-
I talk to you,
I
and it's a
understand.
tip from me, from you. But you don't need to.
I understand
do it.
that, yeah.
Like, it's a
Yeah.
tip from me. As
yeah.
a human,
But I cannot applaud you because again you still
you don't need
participate
to.
in the
I
exploitation.
just say it's a tip
Yeah.
from me. Maybe you would talk to more people if you
Yeah.
don't be so like you did not enough. You
Yeah.
need to do more.
Yeah, it's okay.
Maybe it's a more. It's another way to.
I have had this conversation with
Yes.
5 other people today and they
Okay,
all reacted
perfect.
nicely.
Okay, perfect.
So,
Yeah, I'm nicely too, but it's just a tip from me.
yeah.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah. For these kind of people, I'm trying not to get triggered by them. Yeah. As vegans as well. Yeah, I'll give you a tip on how to do vegan activism. I don't do it myself. I'm not vegan, but I'll give you a tip. Yeah, Christina says, I feel you, Chip. It's triggering as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't want to give her anything. I didn't like the minute. Like I will tell people who are open-minded towards the idea. I will tell them you did a good job and you should know that you need to stop. I will tell that to people, but she wasn't that. She was a person who looked for, I'm doing better. No, I'm not gonna give you that. No. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you that if your destination is not going vegan. I'm never going to give you that. Yeah. You guys want to try it? A lot of people are scared of the camera and the thing going live. Let's see. You want to do it?
Yep.
Nice. Okay. How much time do you have?
We have 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, not a lot of time. That's okay. So let me ask you, how do you feel about animals?
It is literally the first hour being in Amsterdam. We just got in Amsterdam at like 5 or 6 p.m. So till now we're just exploring. Love the city. Love how the city is built at the minute.
Oh, I love that you asked it, but I was asking how do you feel about animals, not Amsterdam.
I was talking about Amsterdam.
Yeah, you're talking about
That's what I
Amsterdam.
thought.
I like that you enjoyed
Okay,
Amsterdam.
okay.
That's okay,
Yeah.
that's okay, yeah.
So-
How do you feel about animals?
Animals, yeah, I do love animals. I'm a pet lover. I've got a dog at my home, so
Yeah.
I've got a dog, so I love my dog as well. Talking about other animals, I'm a bit scared of wild animals, as everyone is right
Yeah.
now. But yeah, I do care about biodiversity and everything. Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel about animal abuse?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're talking about chickens, then being abused for eggs. Probably giving just one of the examples right now.
That's a good example.
Yeah,
you already
I've
jumped
been-
through
yeah,
it, right?
I've
But how do you
been
feel about
reading.
abuse in animals?
It is difficult. I do read about it a lot, and it is one of the difficult things in life
Yeah.
because animals cannot speak to you
Yeah.
at the minute. So it is very difficult to understand how they are feeling. So even when you talk about dog cruelty or cat cruelty, when a person hits a dog or kicks a dog, so you can actually see that they're crying, but then trying to express their emotions. So you can get the emotions because there's a human tendency that we can understand emotions
Yeah.
better than spoken word.
I understand that.
So that's how I try to understand how animal cruelty is.
yeah. Would you say you're against it?
Yeah.
You're
yeah,
against
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted from you
Yeah,
to
yeah,
ask you. Okay,
definitely.
let me ask you even then further. What would you classify as abuse?
I would classify abuse as something which is done to general animal without basically, their consent, let's say.
Yeah.
Consent is a big word. It's a generic word, big word. Why consent?
You know, my
Because-
experiment was about consent. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big word.
Yeah. No,
generic
it's
word.
it's very good
Yeah,
word. It's a
yeah,
very good word.
Yeah, and so without an animal's consent, when you try to take him out, so I follow a lot of Instagram accounts as well as
Yeah.
to how do you treat your dog, how to understand expressions as to when they actually want to eat food, when they want to go for a walk. So it actually depends on the dog itself or the pet itself.
Would you
that's
say-
when they would like to do some things?
Would you say that animals have emotions?
Yeah,
They do,
definitely.
right?
Yeah,
Would you say they feel happiness? They feel sadness?
yeah, they do.
Okay.
Feel it. Yeah.
Would you say that
So-
it's bad to exploit or abuse them because they feel this?
No, I think not just because of that, because animals are also a living thing,
Yeah.
living being
Yeah.
at the moment. So I think abusing any living being is difficult to understand. Yeah, it
Okay.
is very difficult.
Okay. But
Yeah.
then let me ask you further. What do you think about animals that we force into slaughterhouses for us?
Okay, so I think it's a lot of different things in there. So there's a lot of politics.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of people who think they need to eat meat. So I being from India, we have vegetarian food. I think 80% of Indians do eat a lot of vegetarian food. So I think in a week, 80% of our meals would be vegetarian food because non-vegetarian food is also against a lot of cultures.
Yeah.
Culture, politics, so a lot of big things come into play when we talk about animal cruelty. So it is okay in some cultures to do that. It is not okay in some cultures to do that.
How about you? What do you do?
Yeah, in India, just to give you a high-level example, we do not slaughter our cows because it is considered a god in India. So
Would you be surprised to find out that India is the top 5 exporter of beef?
beef, yeah, it is being exported. Correct. I know about
Yeah.
that, and it's a fact. So India is a very massive.
So they don't get slaughtered in India, but they get exported and slaughtered somewhere else.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So slaughtering is banned in India.
Yeah.
At least for some part of the country. So in South, it still happens because it is not against some of the religions in South. So,
But I want to ask you, like,
Yeah.
we talk about society. We can talk all day about society.
yeah.
But
I mean,
I
it's a
want
big
to
conversation.
I want to see your responsibility in this.
Yeah.
Do you think you're responsible for some of these animals going into slaughterhouses?
Generally not me, because I am against all this, and in basically my circle
Yeah.
of people, I do not, you know, I do stand up against something bad which I see, against animals. So I do follow the right accounts. I try to preach people as well, send them, like today's day and age, it's all about digital. So you send things to people, like a reel to people, to educate them about something.
Do you consume animal products?
I just have chicken right now, but other than that,
So what about chickens?
yeah, it is animal slaughter at the minute.
So
but
they
I
are
limit-
forced into slaughterhouses.
Yeah, correct. That they are also forced into slaughterhouses. They are forced into a lot of different things. At
Do
the
you
minute.
think chickens have feelings?
Yes, correct. That's what I'm telling you. My food generally is 80% vegetarian.
Does it matter to the 20%?
It matters. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Does it matter to the 20% that you're eating 80% vegetarian? What you say? Vegetarian, by the way, vegetarians, do you eat dairy products?
Yeah, I do eat milk. Yes,
Do you know
correct.
what happens in the dairy industry, including in India?
Yes, correct. I am aware of that as well. But the problem is there's some differences what you can control right now. There's something which you can control at the
Are you
minute.
saying you can't stop exploiting chickens?
I can stop exploiting chickens. I can limit it to, let's say, very limited amounts in my daily routine. I cannot completely cut out because
Why?
I live in a cold country. I live in London right now. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
London.
Yeah, it's very cold. It's crazy cold. I mean, vegetarian food helps to an extent. So you talk to doctors as well. Yeah.
Do you know what veganism is?
I'm aware of veganism.
What do
yeah.
you think it is?
You remove dairy products. You remove animal cruelty products. Basically, you remove chicken.
Why do you
meat.
think we do that?
So
Because it's against the consent.
yeah.
It's against consent. That's a good one.
Consent.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of other ideas behind veganism at the minute.
Yeah.
It's how you treat your body.
Well, so no, veganism is a moral philosophy where we
Correct.
expose where we oppose the idea that animals should be commodified for us. We don't want animals to be treated like objects.
Yeah.
That means we don't exploit them, we don't abuse them, and we don't slaughter them for food, clothing, entertainment, or any other things that
Correct.
you could think about.
That's true.
Okay.
Yep.
Would you say that your morals align with this definition?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
But do you recognize that your actions don't align with this definition?
See, I am trying to control my actions to a level right now, and I want to do more. The problem is that some things I have to do just
Do you
because my
realize?
doctor
Do you
recommends.
think
right
we
now.
need to consume animal products?
I know a lot of doctors say that we do not need to at the moment. I'm reading about it a lot more. I am trying to understand how can I get the right vitamins, let's say vitamin E.
Yeah.
How do I get B12 from other different sources right now?
Yeah.
Tablets do not help all the way because they are very difficult for your system to digest right away. Because
I mean,
otherwise-
supplements they
yeah,
do. Supplements do.
Supplements also work to an extent, yeah. You cannot actually become super strong just on supplements at the end of the
Do
day.
I look weak?
No, I mean, you look good. You work out as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, yes. Supplements help to an extent, but your diet also contributes into,
Of course,
what
if
you-
having a proper diet helps, but you can have a proper diet on a plant-based
yeah,
diet, right?
Correct, yeah.
You don't need to exploit
I
and abuse
also-
animals for
I
this.
also try those plant-based burgers as well.
Yeah.
I've tried at a couple of places, and I think that's a good segue into where this is going right now. It's a
Yeah, but
plant-based burger.
You live in London.
Yeah.
London is the number one
Yeah, it's
easiest
crazy.
place in the world to be vegan,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
right? So you have a lot of vegan alternatives everywhere, right?
That's true,
So
yeah.
every time you are eating, you are faced with with a choice. One exploits an animal,
Yeah.
and one doesn't. Whether it's vegetarian, vegetarians still exploit animals.
Yeah,
Vegetarian
that's
is a
true.
diet, right? So what I want to ask you is, what is keeping you from choosing consistently the option that does not exploit the animal? Because you are faced with that option, including here in Amsterdam.
Yeah, that's true. So there's a lot of difficult choices to make when you want to go vegan completely. Why? Because as you say that London is one of the best cities to go to veganism right now, it is also very expensive on the other end. If you
I don't. There's like 3 studies. I have them on me. I can send them to you if you want. But
I mean, I'm living in London, I
yeah.
can tell you.
But-
Believe me, it's expensive to go to vegan complete diet. Why? Because
what do you think vegan food is?
It's all the green vegetables, plants, what you eat right now, without consuming the dairy products, without consuming meat, only plant-based.
Rice,
food.
lentils, pasta,
Correct.
beans, bread. All of
Yeah,
this is vegan.
that is something which you
Tofu,
can
tempeh.
do at your
These are
home.
not expensive.
Yeah.
No, they're not even in London. They're not expensive.
Yeah.
You can. The thing is, there's obviously expensive products, but there's expensive animal products also.
You're preaching to the choir. We eat lentils every day.
Yeah, there you go. So,
Yeah. I mean,
but it's not.
Indians eat lentils every day.
At the end of the day, do you think that you could not find a way to make it work within your budget, within your health?
See, the thing is, believe me, I am trying. Believe me, I'm trying. But the thing is, it is easier said than done at this stage, just because non-vegetarian options in London would be very cheaper if you look at, from a budget perspective. If you want to go that option, it is super easy to do that versus going an all vegan diet. I've tried it. I've tried it in India. I've tried it in London also. Whenever I'm fasting, I do go full vegan for a month in a year.
You go plant-based. Veganism is a moral philosophy. Let's clarify.
Yeah, completely plant-based.
Yeah.
I do not do milk. I do not do anything else.
Yeah.
So I have tried for certain durations of the year.
Yeah.
And that is something which I would like to do more, but I would take my own.
Okay, let's
pace.
test this morality
Yeah.
morality of yours, because you say you oppose the exploitation of animals, but yet you pay for it, right? At the same time you pay for it. You oppose the abuse of animals, but at the same time you pay for it. You say you have dogs, right? Let me ask you, if all the animal products you find in restaurants and supermarkets, you find out, it appears in the news that it's coming from dogs, would you have a difficulty stopping instantly, or would you say, fuck no, I'm not touching that?
No, see, that's what I'm saying. What you're saying is very good to listen right now.
Yeah.
The problem is implementation takes a time.
But I'm asking you, in this
Takes a time.
hypothetical, would you say it takes time, or would you go on and buy
No, I would not
dog
eat,
meat?
Yeah, I would not eat dog meat. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So in that situation where it's only dogs being
There's
exploited, you wouldn't have a
attachment.
problem stopping instantly.
There's attachment.
But
there's
you're not
so
attached to these
many-
dogs. You're attached to your own dog,
No,
right?
no, there's so
You're
many
not attached to all of these
different
dogs.
things. No, the thing is, when you talk about meat, some meats you have had, some meats you have not had, or you cannot haven't tried ever. So
Okay.
it is more of that culture. So believe me, what you're talking about is something which would come with a generational shift, rather than
No, these are all excuses. You
No, no,
realize
no.
that they're all excuses. Come on,
Not
you
for
said
me,
it.
not for me.
But they are. You
I'm
know
just
why?
telling
Let
you.
me explain why
Yeah.
they're excuses also for you. Because you said if it's only dogs, you
Yeah.
can stop and you can find a way. So that means that you can find a way. It's as easy as that. But you
Believe
you
me-
don't want to find a way because it's not only dogs. That's it. You
Believe
don't
me,
want to find only.
Believe me, I'm doing more than I can right now.
You're doing
And
more than I. But what is it that you, when you are faced with buying a chicken, which is a sentient individual, just like your dog, who feels just like them, what is it that you say, I will? Because if you, instead of that chicken, there would be a dog, you would say, no, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
Just go for plant-based, whatever it is.
Yeah,
But if it's a chicken, you're like, it's hard. I don't want to stop. It takes steps. Everything else
no,
that
that's
you say.
true. What you're saying is.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to mock you, by the
No,
way.
no,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. I understand what
Yeah.
you're trying to
Yeah.
preach at the minute.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna try my best, but it's gonna take me some time, just because I have my own problems to deal with at the minute. And if I go deep dive into it, we would be here all night. We'll both be drinking here all
How about
night.
you?
Believe me.
I'm a vegetarian. I do not believe in veganism.
You don't
For
believe
me,
animals deserve the right to live?
it's different. I said I'm a vegetarian. I'm not believing in the philosophy of veganism personally. I
What's the
support it.
philosophy of
And
veganism?
Veganism is essentially you should not take anything away from animals without their
You
consent.
should not exploit animals. Do you believe that animals should be exploited?
No.
Then you agree with the philosophy of veganism.
Uh, the kind of vegetarianism which I follow, that does not harm animals. In
Do
any
you
way.
use dairy
For me-
products?
Yes, I do.
Do you know what happens in the dairy industry?
That's what I'm saying, that I, being a vegetarian from India, we have our own cows in our house.
Let me explain, because it also happens in India. Just because both of
I'm
you,
not
I'm sure
talking
you don't
about
know.
industry here. I'm
No.
talking about my own personal beliefs.
You have your own cow in your house.
Yeah, in
Okay.
India, many
Where's
houses,
their baby? Because cows produce milk only if they have a baby.
They have them along with
have
their
them?
side.
For their whole life. Do you grow the baby for their whole life?
Yeah.
So you have two cows
should
in your
actually-
house.
You should actually look out.
How many cows do you have in your house?
I have 3 cows.
You have 3 cows.
Yes.
How many of them are male, female?
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, because my grandma used to do the same thing, and I'm from Romania, and my grandma used to do the same thing. They used to have a cow, but a lot of the times you don't see this. But the actual baby, if they're a male, because they don't produce milk, they usually get sold to somebody else, and they say it's not my responsibility what happens to them.
That's not what happens in India. If you look at it, a cow is like a holy animal for us. We don't harm them in any way.
No, but you export the harm. It's the same.
No, it's not, because we are feeding them. We are taking good care of them. We treat them as our family members. And if you look more about how cows are treated in India, you would know that for the first bread that is
look.
cooked in any home.
So you
is,
only consume. Wait, let me ask you this: you only consume dairy products coming from your own home.
Yes.
So in London, everywhere else, you don't consume dairy
No, I
products.
don't.
So you're vegan
I'm-
otherwise. You're only
I'm
vegetarian in India. Otherwise, you're vegan.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not consuming any animal products. I feel like you're not being honest here.
No, over here I consume almond milk.
Okay,
Or
no
soy milk.
paneer.
No paneer.
No paneer, no anything else.
First of all, the paneer available over here is
Yeah,
not as good.
It's not paneer. Yeah,
It's not about taste, but I mean like it's about the animals. I don't mean to.
I
speak
haven't
about
had
taste
paneer
here.
in London since I tried it once. It's shit. Believe me, it's not paneer.
They're
So-
all shit because they
Yeah.
all exploit animals regardless. They're all shit.
So I
Doesn't
mean,
matter.
the thing is, it is not good at all. So there's no point of actually eating it. So it is also on the taste.
Okay, let me ask you. Everything that you do to cows, would you do to human beings?
Yes.
Okay, really? Okay, then it's hard to discuss it with you. If you're okay with doing anything we do to cows to human beings, that's
Because
okay.
you think of how we treat as cows as the only cruel way, but you should actually go back and Google how cows are treated in traditional India.
India is
How they are
more
a
different.
member of the family. How each household in ancient India or traditionally, each house would have a cow, and how they are treated as family members.
Yeah, but one cow. Cows produce milk when they have a baby.
One cow each family.
Yeah, and then they multiply.
And India is one of the not one of the largest, actually the largest population in
But
the world.
even one family having
So
a cow, let's
this
put it
is
this way.
what I would say, that you are trying to look only from a one angle, and when you see a different angle, that okay, no, there's also a good side, that we can still consume animal products.
I don't think
without
there's any way
actually-
of exploiting animals that's good. But let me ask you this, because
It's not exploiting.
it is if you're using them.
How?
If you use a cow for their, like, if the cow doesn't produce milk, what happens to them?
Okay, you let me ask you a question.
But no, answer this. If the cow doesn't produce milk, what happens
Why
to them?
can't I ask you a question?
You can ask me after you answer this question.
The cow stays in the family.
The cow still, so you don't slaughter them, you
No,
don't
we
kill
don't.
them.
Yeah, we don't
Slot.
eat. Yeah.
If I am a vegetarian, we don't kill animals. That's a part of our philosophy
That
or
never
our
happens
belief in
in
the first place. We don't kill anyone at all.
There's a lot of vegetarians that kill animals. Do you eat eggs?
No.
It's hard for me to say, because you mentioned this
should-
situation where what you're saying basically is that cows, they live in symbiosis with you, and you just take the excess milk. The babies always stay with the cow, but in that situation, then you probably have a bull and the cow on your house, and then you
I have a farm.
and then every day,
I have a farm.
Let me say, every day, every year they have a baby, and every baby then means every year you get one more cow in your house. So that would mean if you have 5 years, you should have 5 cows. If you have 8 years, you should have 8 cows. Because otherwise, if the baby no longer stays in your house, then you are still responsible.
That's
what
your
happens.
mathematics speaking, and you're talking about one culture, one place which you have not seen, and you're not ready to listen to the other side of the story, or you're not ready to view the other picture.
But
I
cows-
highly encourage you to go back.
But that's how cows produce milk, right? You also know, because they're
I
pregnant.
know, but then again, you're not letting me speak. You are only trying to impose
I'm sorry,
your
I'm sorry,
views.
I'm sorry. I'm not imposing my views. I'm
That
sorry.
is what is happening.
No, I'm just asking you
I'm-
questions about this situation.
Exactly, and you're not letting me speak, and you're not ready to accept my views in the first place. So there's
Go
no
on.
point in having this conversation.
No, go on. If you say, like, I want you to tell me how what I just said
There's
is
one
wrong.
other aspect of the world
Yeah.
where animals are treated with respect, with care, and I would say that India is the probably the biggest vegetarian culture,
I have seen
vegetarian
footage
nation.
from India. That's I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I have seen footage from India, and I have seen a lot of it that is
I'm not
true.
saying that 100% of India is like
Yeah.
that.
Not all of it.
No, of course not all of
I'm
it,
not
but like
saying that.
told you
But,
there's
if,
areas where
but
people
let me
eat.
ask you that if you compare any other nation against India, what percentage of Indians are vegetarians? What percentage of animals are killed in India for their own consumption versus the rest of the world?
I don't know. Given that again, given
Exactly.
that India
So
is the
when
top
you are
5
talking about that
exporter
80
of
and
beef,
20% to him, when you are ready to question him on the 20%, let me ask you that why can't you why aren't you listening to the other 20% in which I am one among them, that
Okay.
who is not treating animals with badly?
listen, I
Who's
speak to all
respecting
sorts
them?
of people here, and all people come up with all sorts of excuses. And I want to know because I want to know if you're saying that it is this way. I want to be sure that it is this way. That's all it is, okay? So you say that these cows are treated nicely, and I say to you, okay, do they produce milk every day
I would
of the
say
year?
That don't trust me. I am again saying that don't go and trust my word
Okay, yeah, I
don't
will
take
look. I will
for
look
its
into
value.
it, but I want
What
to
I
test
am
your
asking-
claims.
What I am saying is, if you want to test my claims, you just simply go and search for how cows are treated in
I
India.
looked at that. I already looked at that, and it's not nice. But that's why I'm asking
in
your
a
claim.
Hindu family and as per Hindu culture and traditions.
There's a lot of
Also,
different cultures.
I'm giving you some pointers. When a Hindu household cooks their first bread in the house, whom is it
Actually
reserved
goes-
for?
Yeah, literally it goes to the cow.
It is reserved for the
Yeah,
cow
or the
and it is
animal
kept
outside.
separate. The first bread that comes out of the stove is kept separate. We don't eat that. Okay?
Okay.
So if this is something you are not... Okay, tell me, were you aware of this?
understand
In your research, did you
I
know
wasn't
this?
aware of this, but like
Exactly
lot
the
of
point.
different
So you are...
But this
if
isn't.
your-
This means
your research
nothing.
is
This means
incomplete.
nothing. By the way, this means nothing. Okay? Because
I
at
agree.
the end of the day, even if you give your first, your second, your third, your 100th bread to the cow.
Okay, let me tell you.
Let me
Do you
finish,
live with
let me
your
finish.
grandfather?
Even if you do
Do you
all
live
of
with
this,
your grandparents?
No, of course I don't live with them. But like, even
Exactly
if you
the
all of
point.
this, but even there, I see.
In India, when you asked me a question that, okay, what do you do with a cow when they stop producing the milk? Correct? In India, when our grandparents or my parents stop working or they are not able to work, we still treat them with our family and we do everything for them what they did for us in the beginning. The same is with the animal. Even if they stop producing the milk or whatever happens, they are a part of the
And if
family.
they have a baby male who doesn't ever produce milk,
That still is a part of the farm, that is still is a part of the family.
okay.
We don't sell it off, we
So
don't
does
butcher
that
it
mean
off.
that, let's say, because a cow can live up to 20 years, right?
I don't know.
So let's say in 20 years, that means you should have about a range of at least 20 cows rolling, because a cow will live 20 years.
I can control their mating, right?
Or you can. Oh, yeah. You control the mating.
I-
Is that fair to the cow? Would it be fair if somebody forced you to be pregnant?
I can control the mating means I can stop them from having intercourse. That's all I'm saying.
That's what you mean. Not force them. Force them. No, okay. Okay.
I am
Because
not aware of
animal agriculture does that. Like that's what the dairy industry is. No, that's what it is.
That's not happening.
That's-
And,
That's not happening.
based on your views, I myself preach my friends about this vegetarianism at least. Based on your views, I would still say that you should go and research about the other 20%, which in his case you asked about him, and the other 20%. Let me not even say that 80% of Indians are.
Okay, I'll do
vegetarian.
that.
Yeah.
And then you count the number of cows that you have and ask yourself, why is
have
that number
three.
not growing? Why is that number? How many years have you been having milk for?
Ever since I was born.
Okay, how is it that you only have 3 cows? Because they obviously needed more babies. What happened to the babies?
That's coming out of my farm.
So
And I
where
don't
do the
run the
babies go?
I don't know.
But they go somewhere, you see, that's what I mean. And if they go on a farm, that means usually they're put in a system where they are exploited in the end.
Again, you use the term usually, I would focus on that. Usually.
Yeah, okay, I understand that you say it's an exception. What I said, I will look into it, but you also have to look into that.
You
That's
know,
what
I
I'm
live in a
saying,
city.
okay?
There's a farm literally just walking distance, like 10 meter down the road. There's a farm.
How many males are on that farm?
So that's the farm where the milk came to my house for the last 20 years. it's a massive farm. So I think bigger from here in there. So I think there's like 40, 50 cows plus males combination there.
So it's 50-50.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. See, I'm not. It's not my farm. I'm just telling you where the milk came from. So
That's the thing, because all of these farmers, let's say in a family, if you do it like that, I mean, it's hard for me to just to say anything. I'm just saying, like, the minute when you start using animals for their secretions or anything that you do, is the minute when you can start justifying cutting corners. And maybe in your family, that means giving the baby, one of the babies, to the farm, and then the farm does something, and you say it's not my responsibility. They're at the farm. Maybe that's what it means, because again, it does. If you think about it, the logic doesn't work out, does it? If you only had 3 cows in your house and you had milk your whole life, 3 cows cannot produce milk for your whole life, right? So that means something happened to those cows. How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. So that means at least, since a cow can live up to 20 years, and you say you'd never kill them before they die of old age, that means definitely there should be more cows. Why is it that there are more cows? You see what I mean? So you can like, trust me, I wasn't aware about the stuff that my grandma was doing. Nobody told me about it. I realized it myself after watching countless footage and understanding what happens in the animal industry and the practices. And then I understood what happens, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, it makes sense then. I understand all the other stuff that they were doing, like letting the baby come and take some milk, and then forcing the baby away from them. You see what I mean? Like, there's always something with when we exploit animals. And you exploit chickens, so you need to look into that also. Like,
don't worry about it. I get your point. I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, I'm just here
Don't have to
speaking on
say it
behalf of
again.
animals.
Yeah.
That's all it is, you
I
know?
know.
I mean, you guys can take it personally if you want, but it's not about you, it's
Believe
not
me,
about me,
man,
it's about the animals.
It's not.
at the end of
It's
the day,
nothing
okay?
is personal at the minute.
Yeah.
You're just trying to care about a good cause at the minute.
Yeah, that's all
You're
it
doing
is.
Good.
Okay.
You're doing good. Don't
So
worry
just
about it.
what I want from you is to know that going forward, when you will buy an animal product, maybe if you're
I
in
will
India,
remember you.
but when you buy an animal product, one animal
I
will
will
get
remember you.
exploited on your behalf. Okay.
You're gonna
And let
be
me
in
give
my
you a
head.
card.
Don't
Let
worry
me give
about
you a
it.
card before
You're gonna
you
be
go.
in my head.
Okay, that's good. That's good if I'm good being in your head. See, I'll give you this card with the dog and the chicken because you're.
Okay.
So go on this website
Yeah.
or scan this or go on this website and type in this code.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
watch the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that.
You learn about eggs.
Yeah.
You learn more about the dairy industry, and maybe share it amongst you two. And maybe once you learn about the practices in the dairy industry, maybe ask yourself if that happens there also. I'm not saying that it does. Just ask yourself, okay? And I will look into it as you asked for it. I will also look into all of these practices. I will especially want to look into it because if somebody else mentions this, I want to be prepared for it. Okay?
Definitely.
What's your name?
Archut.
Archer. Nice to meet you,
Archit.
Archer.
Nikhil. Nice to
Nikhil?
meet- Nikhil.
Nikhil.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Okay.
No problem.
Go vegan, okay?
Yeah.
Don't exploit animals. It's about the animals. That was quite a conversation. Your point on cows with the math, how does it make sense? You nailed it. It became really impressed by you. Excellent job. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you recommended those for the donation. That's amazing. Thank you. Chip, you did great. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all the practices that there says they were saying. So, you guys want to try? Yeah, it's just. I have to look into this. I'm curious because I don't trust. I don't trust that. I didn't want to let that. By the way, thank you so much for recommended those for that donation. That was awesome. For the super chat. Chip, how's things? Asks more joy. They're pretty good. I think I have it in me. One more conversation. And then hey, you want to have a conversation with me? The last two haven't been that positive, and I'm getting tired. My battery's running out. I think I have around 2,500 calories left to eat. That's all I think. But I want one more conversation, hopefully to end it on a positive one. Hey, you want to try? The practice of exploitation is irrelevant. The practice, I don't understand what that means. It's going to be hard for most people to care about animals given that they think about babies, love about babies. Love that they hugged it out. Yeah. Hey, you guys want to give it a try?
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently so, yeah.
Yeah. Can you come more in frame so that?
Yeah, of course.
Nice. Okay, so I saw you. Are you standing at the table here?
Yeah.
Do you have some time?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do a social experiment with you.
Social experiment, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a social cause that you guys are passionate about?
Social cause.
Yeah, like LGBTQ rights or
Nothing I'm
women's
passionate
rights or
about,
something.
Nothing really passionate about.
Okay, I'm
But
gonna.
what other examples are there? Do you have anything else?
I don't know. Anything doesn't really matter. Whatever it is, it's usually to tailor the social experiment to that. But let's discuss about power and abuse of power. Do you have a favorite superhero?
Batman.
Batman, yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. Batman is like a normal super. It's like he's like a
normal
human
person.
being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me pose another superhero. Let's say. Do you know Superman?
Yeah.
You know Superman.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
an alien who came from Earth. Would you say Superman? Like all of this will be hypotheticals. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're imagining a scenario where Superman is real.
Okay.
Superman. Would you say he's an alien? Right. He's
Yep.
Yeah.
he's a different species than us. Would you say he has power over us?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's strong. He's stronger than
stronger.
us. Yeah.
He's strong enough. He would be strong enough to oppress us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Would you say that is moral for Superman to oppress us?
No.
No.
Not
Okay.
to use it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Got to use it within reason, right?
Yeah.
Whatever
Because
power
the
you
question
have,
is, do you think with great power comes great responsibility?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. What does that imply?
When you have the power, you have to know how to use the power in a good way that benefits everyone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not just you.
And the bare minimum is that you don't exploit or oppress others with it,
Yeah.
right?
Agreed.
Okay. I like that. I'm gonna throw some hypotheticals out there. Let's say Superman wants to take one person back to their home against their will or something.
Okay.
Okay, he clearly has the power to do so, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, what if this person is in a situation where they're passed out or can't remember?
It's wrong, yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
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 This is bringing them home, back to their house.
Back
He's
to the
not taking-
Superman.
Oh, back
thing.
to his house.
Yeah, for
They
selfish
don't live with him,
reasons.
do they?
Hmm?
They're not like his girlfriend or anything. They don't live with him. Do they?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't ask the
know.
question.
Well,
You're supposed to know these things. Come on, man.
I don't know who these guys. Doesn't matter. Does it matter?
Okay,
Does it make
okay.
it more moral?
Yes. I mean,
Yeah,
if
because
it's,
he's taking her back to his house.
if I'm bringing back my girlfriend back to my house
Against her
and
consent.
she's drunk,
Oh, against the
if
consent.
I live with her,
That's
and
okay,
she's-
Okay. No. That's stranger. Okay,
Okay,
let's
okay,
try.
okay,
That's stranger.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, if I
okay.
kidnap some random person from the street and bring him back
Yeah.
to my house, yes,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
bad. That's bad.
Okay.
That is
Are you
bad.
Superman in this scenario?
Not yet.
Okay.
Try to.
Okay, what if this person is mentally challenged or cannot comprehend that they're being taken?
That's still
Exactly
bad.
the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
bad,
still
yeah.
bad. Okay, what if this person looks different? They have a lot of hair or different skin color?
Same thing.
Same thing. It's bad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. What if Superman really wants to do it? He's like, you know what? I really want to take this person back to my house. Does it make it better?
No. Well, it doesn't make any
Okay.
difference.
What if it benefits Superman? It gives him pleasure to do this to people.
Still not right.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. What if there's a whole league of superheroes and they all take one time per day they take people back to their house?
No.
Does it make it better if Superman
bad,
does it?
it's bad, it's
No,
bad,
it's bad.
It's bad. So it doesn't matter if everybody
Is
does.
this about Jeffrey Epstein?
What if what if it were legal to do it?
If it was legal to do it,
Yeah.
Legal to-
legality changes.
legal to kidnap people and take
Yeah.
back to your house.
Yeah. Would it still be
From a
better?
legal sense, nothing
Legal
you can do about
perspective
that.
is fine.
Yeah.
Morally, it's wrong.
Morally,
Yeah.
it's wrong.
Morally,
I like
it's
that.
wrong,
Okay.
but
We'll talk about
legally, it's
morality.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What if they've been doing it for a while and it's now part of a tradition?
That's still wrong.
Still wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to change.
How have they got away with it for that long?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the reason why I make this whole social experiment is for my final question. And but before that, I just want to recap. So no matter how the person looks like, no matter what state they're in, whether they can understand it or not, no matter if the person in power, like Superman, wants to do it because it benefits them or because it's something normal for them, or whatever it is, the powerful should not exert their power onto the weaker, right?
Okay.
Maybe even try to protect them.
Yep.
Okay. So then, what do you think about? And I'm not trying to catch up on this.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you think about animals that we force into slaughterhouses? Do you think we have power over them?
Yes.
Yeah. We abuse the power that we have.
Do we abuse the power? Do you understand the parallels that that I do with this experiment from how we treat animals in slaughterhouses?
Yeah.
I understand that, but an animal isn't as conscious as a person is.
Yeah.
But
in
animals
that
are
sense.
sentient in that sense, right?
But they don't understand what's right from wrong. They don't
But that's
understand.
actually-
They don't understand that by you leading them back to your house and taking them,
Yeah.
that anything wrong's happening because they're still getting fed, they're still sleeping, they're still whatever. Sure, they're getting slaughtered for other people's gain from able to eat them.
But that's why one of the questions was, what if this person cannot comprehend that they're being taken?
I understand that.
I get that.
I
And
understand
it doesn't make it better, right?
But I don't think, in my opinion, animals aren't people. But I think it's a pretty normal thing to
slightly-
think.
Yeah.
So using the words like, oh, the person, it doesn't comprehend what's going on, doesn't apply to a pig or a cow.
Okay, that's
in
fine.
my
That's fair
opinion.
enough. That's fair enough. And then I'll ask you the next thing. What is it that an animal doesn't have that if a human being also didn't have that, it would make it okay to do what we do to animals to do to humans?
What would a person not have that would make them the same
As an animal. Consciousness, right?
Consciousness, yeah.
Yeah.
Animals have consciousness. They're sentient.
You don't know that, mate. You don't know a pigeon.
Oh, we
don't know how they think,
There's the
though, do we?
Declaration of Consciousness, which was in the 70s. It's established science that animals have sentience. And actually, there's another declaration that was signed in New York just now that animals have sentience. Animals definitely have sentience.
Okay.
They
Is
experience the world around them.
Is it the same level of comprehension that a human has, though? In the way that
Have you seen dogs, how they behave? You've
Yeah.
seen dogs
But-
dream. You've seen dogs, they have emotions,
Okay.
they feel sadness, they feel
But
happiness.
then do you feel sad for dogs that are just trained and then just kept in the house as pets?
That's a different conversation, and we can go into that. But I first want to dive into this whole bigger area, right?
Yeah,
Where we clearly force animals into slaughterhouses. So,
Yeah.
so my question is, if there, can we come back to this
How do
question?
you feel about like open farms where the cows and things are allowed
Yeah.
to roam free and
Like
live,
free
and live,
range.
live a normal cow life, but they get eaten at some point in their life.
Yeah.
They do get consumed by humans.
So,
How do you feel about that?
So, are they exploited?
I mean,
Well, yeah, you can say
how,
yes.
define exploitation,
Yeah.
because
Are they used for their body? Are they treated as commodities?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're free to. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: would you apply the same logic if there were a human being in that context?
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
We come back to the question: what is
Why is
it?
it different?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is it, the morally
Yeah.
significant difference between them that justifies doing it to a cow but
People
not to a
don't
human?
eat other people normally.
Yeah.
They used to do it
Yeah,
at
I
some
get
point,
that.
and,
But it's not
and
normal anymore.
it's
though,
not
is it?
normal anymore. But does normality change the morality? Just because it's normal doesn't make it moral, does it?
Yeah.
That's also what I asked
But
in the
back in the,
experiment.
but then back in the day, 50 years ago, pregnant ladies used to smoke cigarettes whilst being pregnant and not think anything about it. But nowadays, they know it's morally wrong to do so.
Yeah.
And now we don't do it anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
it's different.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that in that perspective.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then imagine this: what is it? What is the difference between that and knowing that it's wrong to kill an animal, given that we don't need to?
I don't think it's wrong to kill an animal.
Yeah. You
don't
We've,
think it's wrong
we've
to
been
kill-
we've been
Don't.
as a human species, we've always eaten meat our entire life.
Yeah.
From the start to finish, the animal kingdom is primarily the top of the food chain are all carnivores and they're all predators.
Yeah.
And
Before
if
we-
we're going to be the top of the food chain to be able to do that,
Do you think just because we've been doing it for a long time justifies doing this to them?
yes.
You think it
I
does?
don't. I don't think. I don't.
Does it
I
make
don't-
it more moral?
I don't think we should change to stop eating meat just because it's now immoral to.
It's never been moral. The only thing you could justify it if you needed it, but if you don't need it, you can't justify it. It means it's optional. If you don't need to eat meat, it means
But
doing
you,
this to
you
animals
do
is
need
optional.
to eat meat to
Well,
get proper brain
you
function and
don't.
development.
You
You,
don't.
do.
You
You do
don't.
because you're not. Because what? So you're supplementing your meat with soy, beans, all that other stuff that's processed, and
There
it's
you
not
go.
natural things.
Natural-
Whereas a cow is a very natural thing that
Do
you
you
can
know-
eat and get the benefits from eating it.
Do you know what the appeal to nature is? And by the way, a cow is not natural, but do you know what the appeal to nature
Cow
is?
is not natural.
No, a cow is the
a
most-
cow's a cow.
Yeah, a cow is one of the most artificial things we make. It's a cow it's a breed that has been selectively bred by humans. First of all, we forcefully impregnate them. We take their babies, we kill them. After we kill them, the meat is processed. None of it is natural. Nothing we do to animals is seen in nature because
But
that's what
but
natural
that's the same
means.
with everything. That's with pets. That's everything. If you have the same perspective on meat, you have
Yeah.
to have the same perspective on pets. Pets are bred for a specific kind of breed, right? Because this breed looks better. or
Yeah,
that
no,
breed's
I don't think it's
more
moral
calm.
to have pets also, but
Okay, okay.
but like
Yeah.
before.
So your argument would be that we would stop eating meat completely, or we'd stop farming meat.
So then
completely.
let's just say if we stopped farming and then it became an overpopulation of, say, these animals because there was no more, we're not killing them at the same rate anymore. What would you do if we had to cull animals?
So
at that
first
point
of
in
all,
time?
like let me ask you before that. Do you know what veganism is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
You don't eat anything that comes from an animal.
Yeah.
Why do you think we do that?
Because they think it exploits the animal.
Yeah.
Well, it does.
Immoral.
It's
They
wrong.
think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their
I'm a
don't-
vegan
don't-
myself,
yeah.
and
I
they
personally don't think that taking an egg from a chicken is exploiting that chicken because they're normally they
I'll
make
explain.
eggs.
I'll touch upon that.
Okay, I
Just
can't
to,
wait.
just to,
Yeah.
just to explain exactly what I mean. But like, let's say all the other situations. Would you say that animals are exploited in all the other situations?
What do you mean other situations? Sorry.
I
And,
said, I don't
meat, dairy,
I
all
don't
of
feel
this.
a dairy or a pig or animal that's on a free range farm is exploited because
Yeah.
that's their
So-
day-to-day life.
They're killed at less than a quarter of their life. Animals killed for meat are killed at less than a quarter.
Okay.
They're used as commodities for their body.
Yeah.
They're only as good as what they give us.
Okay.
If the minute they cannot give anything, like if cows don't produce milk in the dairy industry, what do you think happens to them?
They're killed.
Yeah, it's the same as a racehorse. If a
Yeah.
racehorse breaks their leg, you kill
Yeah,
it.
you kill it.
There's no more process anymore.
Would you say that's not exploitation? Because we only use them for what they can give us.
But that's everything though. In the world,
That's not everything. Do you do this to each other?
Yeah, but we're not
They're only,
animals,
yeah.
mate. We're human beings.
And then we come back to the same question.
Yeah,
What
we-
is the morally significant difference that justifies doing this to animals and not to humans?
Because we're just better.
Because we're better. So
Yes.
because we're better at what? Like what? In what way?
Everything. We made lists. Look around.
Yeah.
Did you make
think
any of
you think
this?
No, but we
human
can though,
beings
as a
did,
human
though.
being, as a
You can.
species.
As
we
a
can.
Would you
society,
argue
and
that
we
there's-
made all this by eating meat and by
But would
doing
you,
those things.
Would you argue that there's people? That doesn't mean anything. I'll explain why. But
Okay.
like, would you argue that there's human beings in this world that are not capable of making any of this? Maybe mentally challenged people
Yeah.
who are not capable of doing any of this. Would you
Yeah.
say it's okay to put these people into the situations that we put animals into?
Okay, so you have a cow, say, okay, that can't see, can't hear, has no legs, doesn't function, has a really bad life, and they have to die, okay? And there's a starving family of 4 people that
Listen,
have
if
nothing
it's a
else
mercy,
to eat.
if it's a mercy kill, it's fine. Mercy
Mercy-
kill.
and you can eat it then, at that point.
If you want to do whatever, if you want to,
Okay.
if a cow,
So if we
let-
mercy
let's put it
kill
this way.
everything, then
Let's-
it's
Let's
okay.
put it this way: if you accidentally run over a dog with your car and you want to eat the dog afterwards, you do you. If you accidentally run over a cow and
That's
you want to eat
weird.
them
Yeah.
afterwards, you do you. But
No.
like
Right. Which,
the question is, the question
Why
is
is that
about
now okay though? I don't understand.
because it's about exploitation. It's about not putting.
Exploiting.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not exploiting them.
If you
you know-
deliberately
you know-
run them over, then it's bad.
Exactly, it's a
Yeah.
difference, right? Like
Okay.
imagine this. Imagine if you're driving on the highway and you accidentally run a person over. It's different than you intentionally steering over bands and just going directly into a person. There's a
Yeah,
difference. Intent matters in that sense.
Is
right?
there also a difference between you running over a deer and you running over a person? You'd have to do more things, wouldn't you, if you did that?
What do you
If
mean?
you ran over a person with your car, the
Yeah.
process wouldn't be just take the body and go back to your house and eat it, would it? Whereas if you run over a deer,
You mean like the legal process?
yeah, exactly,
or-
exactly.
Yeah.
You'd have to then call the police. You'd have to call an ambulance.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
but
make
that's a
you have
societal
to,
thing,
you
isn't
have
it?
to make sure that that person is okay.
But
So
morally
therefore, they have a
speaking-
higher value
Well-
to you than a random deer that you were to run over.
So if we're touching upon value, let me tell you about value. Okay, so I feel like we're touching about a lot of subjects. I hope we don't
it's all,
forget about
it's all
it.
the same thing, though, isn't it?
But
really?
it isn't. Like so I could say, do you know the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic value? So,
Probably not, no.
so let me touch upon this. What this means. So intrinsic value means value coming from within, right? So what that means is that you value your life, I value my own life, and you value your own life.
Yeah.
It's simple to say that all of us value each other's lives equally. I cannot say that you value your own life more or I value my own life more. In that sense, also an animal doesn't value their life any less than I do, because to them it's the same, it's their whole existence. Just like to you it's your whole existence, right? So to all of us, our life means everything. So in that sense, all the animals have intrinsic value. They all value their own life equally.
If you think that,
Yeah.
if you think a pig is conscious that it knows that it's a
they've got
pig,
that conscious,
Well, a pig
yeah.
is consciousnness because
Yeah,
you
but
have
enough consciousness to know what
So
it
it
is
knows
and
the
what it's
pig.
doing.
It doesn't matter if it knows it or not. They still value it. It's still, they
How
still
do we know they value that?
it?
because
though?
valuing it doesn't mean that I recognize that I value my life. Valuing it means I don't want to die. I value my life
Yeah,
by
but- yeah, but-
simply sheer
okay,
But
saying that I
different.
don't
We
want
have
to
a
die.
consciousness to
In
let
the-
us know that we don't want to die.
in the UK,
But how do we know?
It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
hang on.
How do we know that pigs don't want to die?
So in
Yeah.
the
I mean,
UK, we have
you see
we have
them
these little
running
birds.
away. Yeah.
Okay. So in the UK, we have these little birds called
Yeah.
pheasants, and they are like about this big bird, and they live on like farms stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they are the most stupid bird you've ever met in your entire life because
To you?
they will actively try and run in front of cars to end their own life for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
They just love getting hit by
Listen,
cars.
there's a lot of
That bird has no value in its own. He doesn't understand
But
how
listen,
much his life values because he will actually try and kill himself for no fucking reason.
there will be a lot of creatures and beings in this planet and maybe on other planets, who knows, fuck it, I don't know, who we cannot understand their behavior.
Yeah.
Just because we don't understand their behavior, it doesn't mean that their behavior doesn't have sense, right? Like, say you put, there was this expression, but I don't know it right now at the top of my head. But like, let's say you put a rat in a situation and say fly, a rat will not be able to fly, and you might say, look at that dumbass. But if you put a bird then in a situation where a rat would strive, then you would say, oh, that bird's a dumbass because you put it in a what I'm saying is that all of these animals, if you judge them based on a situation that they don't understand cars, of course.
Okay.
Of course they don't. They don't understand streets. They don't understand all of this because this is a society that was built by humans for humans.
So then they don't understand that they're getting bred to be slaughtered.
Well, a lot of the animals that are actually maybe they don't understand that they're being bred for slaughter.
Okay.
But the minute that they go to a slaughterhouse, they understand what's going to happen to them, and they don't want that to happen to them. But it's not even about the slaughter. It's about the idea of, does it matter that they understand it? Like, again, if I was to have a person here that cannot understand if I do something bad to them, would it still not be bad for me to do something to them?
But they're a person. We said that. They have a higher value.
And then we come back to the same question. What is it the morally significant
because
difference?
they're a person, they're better. I said this. They're human
Okay, you say
beings.
they have more value. Okay, so we touched upon intrinsic value. We say which all value our own lives.
As a
But then let me
society,
touch
it's
upon
rather
extrinsic value, right? Because with extrinsic value, I can tell you that I value my family, I value my friends more than I value you two, for sure, right?
Yeah, of course.
And then I value you two perhaps more than I value some animals in that sense, right? Maybe if I had a pet, I would value that pet more than you, right? So in that sense, the value system that I created for myself definitely has a hierarchy, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I draw the line somewhere and I say these people get to die because they value less to me. They still value their own life. You see what I mean? The reason why it's bad to kill, like if I open the newspaper and I find out that somebody died, means nothing to me. They have zero value to me. But I know that they have value to themselves, just like we do for the animals.
I think as a society, everyone likes to think that their meaning, what they think, what they believe means the most out of everything else because it's what
This
you.
isn't
But
belief.
it's what you think. It's what
not.
you no. But it's what you think.
Animals are sentient.
Okay, that's what you think.
No, this is science.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But
This is established
But I
science.
think as a society, everybody thinks that their opinion and their thing matters the most. But what really matters is that as a society, we are functioning in the best physical way possible.
And do you think the best physical way possible, would you rather have a society where we intentionally exploit animals or one where we don't?
If it meant that the society was still functioning and working, yeah, I'm down for that.
If it meant a society that what?
Works and benefits the entire world as a whole, yes.
Yeah. Would you given all else is equal, would you rather have a society where we exploit animals or one where we don't?
The thing about exploiting is weird though, man. Because I don't want to exploit animals. I don't want to make a cow feel bad for me eating it.
But you know they do, right?
But also I want to eat a cow because that's what people do.
Do you not see the
That's the whole
contradiction?
hunting and gathering thing. If we were doing the way that you want us to do it, our entire civilization was
not about what I want to do,
from the
it's about
start.
the animals.
Yeah, it's what you think is the best thing to do, right? Whatever is your opinion, okay? If we did that from
It's
the
also what you
if
think.
if we did that from the start, we wouldn't be able to be here right now. You understand that? Because there wouldn't be hunters and gatherers. There'd be gatherers, and then there'd be people dying because they can't
Okay,
eat.
so what you're saying, let me get what you're saying. So what you're saying is that it's okay to do this to animals now because at some point in the past we did it and it helped with our survival and we got to as a species where we are because of it, right?
And now we have the option to do it. Yeah.
But do you know Genghis Khan?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know that he raped millions of women?
Yeah.
Would you? Well, I don't think millions. Maybe that's
probably
an
wrong.
exaggeration.
I think it's
but he
like
raped a lot of
something
women.
like 1 in
Would you
6 people have
would you say-
have the same
gene.
Something like that.
Would
yeah.
you just say it's okay to justify raping somebody else nowadays because we, at some point in our society, somebody raped somebody else and we got to where we are?
That's
very
completely
different,
But that's
conversation.
exactly the
No,
reason
it's
why you
not.
mentioned.
It's not, man. It's
You
not.
said, and I asked you, I repeated it for you.
Go on.
You said, because we did it in the past and it helped to our survival and it got us to where we are, it means it's okay.
That doesn't mean that Genghis Khan
Yeah,
raping
but-
people
yeah.
is a good thing.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. That doesn't mean that
It's
because
the
he
same
did
thing.
it. No,
It's
because
not the same
it doesn't
thing.
help our survival.
What is the
does it?
difference?
Why does it help us survival?
Because then from you saying that, it means that everything that's ever happened in history matters and then can happen again in the future. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if the humans...
That's not what I was saying, but...
Yes, it is. You literally, so Genghis Khan raping people in the past is now justifiable
We're justifying
right now
we're
because
asking-
it happened in the past.
I'm saying-
So
I'm
therefore
sa-
anything that happened in
I'm
the
s-
past
what
now
I'm
happen
saying,
again.
what I'm saying is that just because something immoral happened in the past and we needed to do it to be in the situation that we're in now, doesn't mean that we have to do it now.
So therefore
for the
anything, what you're
future.
saying is anything immoral that happened in the past can happen now.
Well, obviously.
Which isn't true. You know that's a false statement. You can't just because somebody murdered someone yesterday doesn't mean they can do it tomorrow. Doesn't mean it's the right thing to
What
do.
are you talking
No,
about?
I think you're getting the wrong mistake.
No, it's not, right, surely?
No, no, I think he's
I
saying...
forgot what he's saying. I don't really understand, all right? I've had a few beers, right?
Yeah, we have a few beers.
So what I'm saying,
Just try and catch up,
saying,
go on.
let me repeat. What I'm
Yeah,
saying
'cause I'm fucking
is
lost,
that
mate. I
if
have
in the
no idea
past,
what's
that's
going
okay.
on.
If in the past, somebody, let's say this beautiful country that we call Netherlands, right here, right,
Okay.
right. In order for it to be what it is,
Yeah.
this one king had to kill another person
Yeah.
and make it what it is now, right?
Yeah.
We can honestly say that it's beautiful where we are. Maybe if in an alternate universe it would have been a shithole,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. If you all eat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
But if now I say, well, I think that if I kill one person because that person did that in the past, if I do it now, sometime in the future it will be better. Is it a good justification to do something immoral just because at some time in our past one immoral thing happened?
Yeah, this is like that whole, would you go back in time and kill Hitler as a baby?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah, no, you're
It's-
still killing a baby, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my question to you. Like, coming back to animals because that's
Yeah.
where we
Yeah, that's
started
the main
from, right?
thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
Just because we used to consume animals, we used to be also. By the way, we also used to consume people at some point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't do it anymore. So
Yeah.
then.
Because now we've got
sta-
animals, right? More animals.
Well,
that
we
can
stayed
farm.
clear from that because we realized that it's immoral to kill other people because we realized they want to live.
Yeah.
So
Is
in
that,
that
is
same-
that the reason though? Why we
Yeah,
stopped killing
it's a
people?
moral. It's a moral.
It's a
reason.
moral issue
Yeah,
as opposed to a fact that there was more supply. Like, there was more supply in terms of animals and meat that was
No.
available.
So the consumption of meat that is currently, it's something that it's in the last 10 years maybe.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I don't mean 10 years. I mean
No,
like
that's all right, mate.
I mean like 50 years. But my battery is running out, so
no,
I'll
yeah,
have
it's
to
all
cut the
good,
conversation
that's
short.
all right, yeah.
So what I want to say is that all of these reasons, I posed this
man.
social experiment where we
Yeah.
had a different species which would be Superman.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had this species and they would do everything that we do to animals, they would do to us because we can, because they can, or
Yeah.
because they think, you know what, that is better for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm better than everybody else. Would that be a fair enough justification for Superman to do everything that we do to animals to us?
If Superman liked to eat human beings,
Then what can you do to say?
there's
You
nothing
can't do
he can
anything.
about
You
it,
can't do
man.
anything.
He's got to do it.
What
Yeah.
if-
He's just
But
got
if,
to do it,
but
man.
if that's,
question
if that's
isn't
for
if-
him, if that's for him to survive effectively as a race, and you're talking about one person, but let's say the race of Supermans or whatever else.
But you don't need, first of all, you don't need to all of any of this. You don't need to. You can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet. I do. I go to the gym. I'm a power lifter. There's no problem in doing that,
Yeah.
right? You don't need
But,
to do it.
but what you're talking about earlier, it's a lot more expensive. So people that are on lower wages and lower income families with young kids, they can't afford a plant-based diet.
Are you in that
because-
situation?
No, I'm not in that
Okay,
situation.
okay.
But what I'm saying is like you said earlier, everything is different. Like everyone's levels are different. So there are certain situations where that can't happen. And what would you do in those situations? Because plant-based food isn't readily available at a very cheap price all across the world.
So I still think you can find a solution even in those situations, but
Okay.
it's very easy to discuss about other situations and other people and society in general because it kind of absolves us of the responsibility we have as individuals for these actions that we do, right? When we mention other people, everybody does it, it kind of says to us, it's okay, everybody does it. We don't think about the morality of the action that we do, right? But if you take it from isolation, what we do, the reality of what we do is that we force animals into slaughterhouses when we don't need to, for something that is optional to us. We do it for taste maybe, we do it for convenience maybe, but the reality is we don't need to do any of it.
Again, that's everything though. That's like driving a car. None of us actually need to drive a car,
But the
we
taste,
do.
but you can still
The
get taste,
convenience.
but you can still get excellent taste from everything else, and you can still have convenience from it.
If it was up to you, every person would be vegan.
If it were up to me,
there'd be
if it were
no
up to
more
me,
animals
yes,
at
yes.
all. No
Yeah,
more
there
animals.
will be no animal
Is
exploitation.
there a moral? Is there a moral issue with them? So what would you do with all of the population of animals now? So we say, stop. Everyone's
Yeah,
vegan now.
just let them go.
So what are we doing? Just letting them go?
If it happens all at once, it's a problem that you need to deal with.
Yeah.
There's maybe many solutions. We could put some of them in sanctuaries. Some of them we could, I don't know, use their manure as fertilizer, whatever. There's
but you need to
situations.
have space for these, right? Because
Yeah.
farmers now no longer will want to keep them, right? Because there's no monetary
Well,
value
all the
to
space
them.
that we use for them right now, right? We bring animals into existence every minute
Yeah.
we would stop that. So all
Yeah.
that space that we would normally have would be occupied by less animals. But but
But
it's a
then there's
non-issue
no,
because
but there's no monetary value for those animals anymore.
But this
so
wouldn't
why would
happen-
a farmer then have them on the land when they could grow crops on that land and no longer animals?
yeah, but this wouldn't happen anyway on a street.
No,
right?
of course not.
Like if it would happen, yeah, I probably don't have a solution, and it's something that we need
Yeah,
to think
of
about
course,
it.
yeah.
But the reality is, how it would happen is, each individual, it would be a gradual for society. It would be a gradual shift.
Yeah.
Each individual would change to a plant-based diet, and at some point there will be less and less animals bred into existence, and then there will be such a small mass of animals left at some point that we put them in sanctuaries. We help them thrive on other environments.
Okay.
But give me 1 second.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I appreciate
So-
that.
so-
I get it, man. I get it. I'm
So
still
it's all
not- I'm not
about
gonna
I'd
the
go
hear your
nuts.
opinion, man.
I'm
It's
not
all,
going
it's all
vegan.
about the animals. Let me just tell you that going forward,
Yeah.
if you pay for an animal product, you will pay for animals to be go into slaughterhouses, to be exploited and abused. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't want that to happen, the one thing to do is go vegan. And by the way, everybody, a lot of people say I'm never going to go vegan. Can I just give you some resources to look into it, just so that you know what you're paying for? Just to know what you're paying
I'm still
for.
going to eat meat.
Yeah.
tomorrow.
That's okay.
I'm still gonna
Listen,
change.
listen. I can't police you any further.
No, of course, yeah.
I can't do
Yeah.
anything to. I just want you to get informed. How does that sound?
When's the last time you ate meat?
The last time? Oh, 9 years, 10 years. I
Try it
don't
again,
even
man.
know.
You're missing out.
I'm not.
It's so good.
I'm
bro.
not.
You're missing out, man. You'll
Dude,
you'll
I'm
feel
not
better.
missing
You'll
out.
feel healthier in your brain. You'll function. You'll be able to run
you'd
around.
be surprised.
do
Just
things.
I actually did an IQ test a long time ago, and
Yeah,
I do
I'm
an IQ
sure,
test every
yeah.
5 years, and I can tell you that
IQ's
my
not
IQ.
really real, though, is it?
It is. It's a
not
measurement
really
of
real.
it's a measurement of
It's subjective. and also
imagination and intelligence. But like
for the people that made the courses, that also does that not exploit the dumber people that can't answer it? Who knows? We don't
It
know.
doesn't
that, do you?
exploit them.
You
It
never
doesn't
know
exploit
because
them.
they might be.
Does it
thinking
use them
that-
for their body?
You know, yeah, to do the test. They have to sit there and do the test. Take
Come
time
on,
out.
man,
Of,
come
take
on.
time out of growing
Come on,
crops
stop it
and
with this.
doing
You're
stuff.
trolling at this
exactly,
moment.
Exactly.
Stop it with this. We're
That's
not
the whole
answering-
conversation.
Come on, come on. You know.
Would you ever eat bugs?
No.
You wouldn't eat bugs?
No. So
Oh, wow.
so you know, the idea, like if I were to ask you why is it bad to kick a human being, to just go to this
Yeah,
human being,
yeah,
kick
yeah.
them in the nuts. It gives me pleasure because I find it funny as shit. But why is it bad to do it to them?
What do they do to you, man?
Yeah.
Nothing. Why is it bad
So
to
why
do
you want
this
to
to
kick them
them?
in the balls?
Because it gives me pleasure. Why is it bad to do that?
Because you're a strange guy, man.
No. So the reason why it's bad, is because they would feel pain.
Yeah, of
Because
course,
I would
yeah.
feel sorry for them. I would feel bad for them.
Why are you doing it then, man?
Animals would feel the
That's what I was
same
gonna say
way.
about animals. Yeah, see, that's gonna say that.
What I'm saying is that animals feel the same way.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's wrong to do to a human, it should be wrong to do to an animal. It's as easy.
I
as
get
that.
it, man. I get it, man.
I get
I
your
what you're
opinion,
saying,
but
man.
again, this is all opinions at the end of the day.
It's not
This-
opinions that animals are sentient
No,
again.
as in it's your opinion that it's bad to do it.
Well,
That's subjective. To
I
you.
like to
but
eat
then-
meat.
but
I
then
can
I'll
eat
just
meat.
ask you-
I'm going to eat meat.
Morally speaking, do you think that there? Yeah, you can say you like to eat meat, but what you're saying is that I like to exploit animals for something that gives me pleasure.
Yes.
Do you think we can do what?
Food-wise.
Do you think we can do whatever we want to animals if it gives us pleasure?
I don't think you
I
should.
said not
I
whatever
don't,
you
I don't think
want.
you should have sex with a pig.
Yeah.
That's
Why?
what, that's what
Why
you're
is
trying
it
to ask
bad
me.
to have sex with a pig?
Because you're not allowed to have sex with
Why?
pigs. You're allowed to kill it.
You-
and eat
you
it.
have
Why?
to eat it.
Why is bestiality bad?
Why is
I
bestiality
mean,
bad?
if you need us to answer that, that's worrying.
Yeah. Ask
Bestiality
yourself,
is
why
bad.
is bestiality bad?
Because you can't breed with a pig. There's no benefit to doing it.
So if I can't breed with a certain person, does that mean it's bad?
Because you can't breed with another man doesn't make gayness being bad, does it?
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's not that. So why is bestiality bad?
What? Why is bestiality bad? That's a good question, man.
Yeah.
Why is why do I think it's bad to have sex with a pig? I don't know.
I wonder.
Because they can't consent.
Why?
Because they can't consent.
You can't consent to sex.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but how do you know that though? Like a pig like rubs up on you and
I
starts
understand.
moving
Listen,
to you. and
listen.
stuff.
I understand that you're stuck in this.
They've got consciousness, so they
I
might
understand
know
that you're
that.
stuck in
Making
this
moves,
mentality
yeah.
where you think that animals are kind of like objects or something happening. But the reality is that if you believe in evolution, it's as simple as knowing that on this earth we were all at the same. We came at the same time.
Right.
We all developed at the same time. At just one point in our history, humans developed higher intelligence.
Exactly.
That's all it is, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
sentience is not part of higher intelligence.
So then,
remember that.
So then, can I just ask?
Sentience is not part of our intelligence.
It's not.
Right, can I just ask then? So you're talking about that we developed obviously a higher intelligence than
Yeah.
the rest of them. So then, do you have the same issue with lions killing deer for food? Is that
If
the
I
same
could
issue?
stop lions from eating deers, I would. But then
But you
it
could stop it. You could
But
just
that's
cull
the-
the
that's
lion
the
population.
circle of
yeah,
life
but then
though,
then
mate.
it becomes a different thing, right? Because what right do I have to take the life of a lion versus a deer? What life? Why would a lion deserve more
Yeah,
to
get
live than
number
a?
added.
It
Yeah.
becomes way more complicated
Yeah, of
than
course,
that,
of
right?
course.
And
But
there's a
that's
whole
why this whole
discussion.
conversation is a lot more
Yeah, within the
complicated as
vegan
well.
community, there's a whole discussion about this.
Yeah.
But like,
But how do you
this
stop
isn't
how do you
about
stop
veganism,
natural
right?
life, though? How do you stop natural life, though?
this isn't about the vegan. The reality is that when you eat,
Yeah.
you are every time 3 times per day you have a choice, one that exploits an animal and one that doesn't, right? And you can get excellent nutrition from both. My question is why, well, not my question is what you should question yourself is why choose the one that exploits the animal? If you can get both nutrition and taste, trust me, I enjoy my food exceptionally much.
Okay.
In fact, I enjoy it more since being vegan.
Yeah.
So if you can
Yeah.
get both and everything that you need from not exploiting an animal, why go the way where we exploit them? Why go,
It's
even
gonna
if
be
you don't
a
believe that they're
simple
sentient?
animalistic answer because I like it.
Yeah, that's
That-
I
that's
get it, man.
literally it.
I get it, man. We're gonna go in the loop, so yeah, just
Yeah.
enjoy doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
man.
Can I give you a card to look more into it?
I probably won't look at it. You can give it to me.
I'll take
He'll
it.
have it.
You
he'll
too,
have it.
okay.
But
Yeah.
good luck, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No,
Bye, everyone.
It's good that
Scan
you do
this,
Bye.
Yeah.
look, or go here and type in this code and watch
Cool.
the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Yeah, okay, I will
Okay?
do, man.
The most important speech you'll ever hear.
Yeah, we'll do.
What's your name?
Bav,
Bav.
nice to meet you.
It was nice chatting with
Yeah,
you,
it's
Bav.
likewise, man. It's nice to hear other people's opinions and understand their points of view as well.
Yeah,
and put
it's
some
not
different
my
perspective
opinion,
on
by
it.
the way. Just look more into it, okay?
I will do. I will
It's
do.
the reason, the whole reason why I became vegan is not just emotionally, but also logically. It makes sense. It
That's-
makes a
that's
lot
fair.
of sense logically.
Logically,
Okay?
yeah. Okay, that's fair.
And
That's for
morally,
yourself,
it's a whole thing. Like look
Yeah.
into it.
I will
Maybe
do.
maybe you
I will
want to
do,
do
man.
it. Okay?
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah, have a
Alright,
good
thank
one. Oh, I see we have another super chat. Chip, how long have you been vegan? What is your height and your weight? I am 180 and my weight is 80. That's pretty easy, 180, 80. Thank you so much for the donation, Sam Smith Q. Sam Smith Q. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Everybody, my battery is running out. So, yeah, this last conversation wasn't the greatest. But whatever. I hope it was enjoyable for you. I hope you got some parts out of it. I tried to get some discussions from it. I tried to get some points across. So maybe to the people viewing, it is better in a sense. Maybe you got something out of it. You understood some parts. I strongly urge you to look into veganism, to look on why people are vegan, because there are plenty of reasons to go vegan. Mine was personally logical, but there's also emotional reasons. There's also moral reasons. So there's all sorts of ways. But yeah, sometimes you have great outreaches. Sometimes you just can't catch a break. Lee Dolly says, I'm vegan, logic, ethics. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Lee Dolly. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you. You know, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment. Tell me what I could have done better. I want to improve on this. You know, when you're in the heat of the moment, I try to sometimes think of what would get this person to kind of understand the argument of veganism a little bit better, and it doesn't always work. It doesn't. Sometimes I mistake the people. I don't read the signs very well, but I go forward with it. I try to go because it's, you know, even these two people. I'm sure that even a little bit of a seed planted can still go a long way. They can still at some point make a connection, and at the end of the day, you got to start somewhere, right? Like, so there's people who are not aware of any of it, so you got to start somewhere. And yeah, Christian Z says, I just subscribed. Thank you. Awesome. Nice to see that. Azizion Joraev asked me if I can speak French. No, je ne parle pas français. I don't speak French. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I will end the stream. Yeah, I might do this again tomorrow if I'm not super tired and if the weather permits. And yeah, I'll create an event for that. I just appreciate all of you being here. And if I could leave you with one thing, I think you've seen my conversations. No matter what you do, no matter how you speak, if you go out there and you speak up on behalf of animals, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna do something good for it. And if you're not vegan, try to look into veganism, look into it and act. You know, animals are exploited, abused, and slaughtered every day for needless, for optional food. So We don't want that. That's all it is. We just want animals to not be exploited. I see somebody already says veganism kills. It doesn't. It really doesn't. If you need the best nutrition out there, there is a thing called Challenge 22. If you're not vegan, try it. They will hook you up with a nutritionist. They will send you recipes, help you on your way to go vegan. And everything else is just, if you're vegan, try to speak up on behalf of animals. And if you already speak up on behalf of animals, try to film it. There's always a little bit more you can do. I'm kidding, no. Just do as you feel, but don't exploit animals. Oh, I see there's been other donations, or because I see there's enough money donated there. Anyway, thank you so much for all the donations. If I have not seen the donations, it's because I've been discussing with people. I really want to do this again tomorrow, so again, it will depend on other things, but most likely I will do this again tomorrow. So I hope to see you again. I hope you're having an awesome evening. It's evening here, as you can see, and yeah, live vegan, love vegan, and just speak up on behalf of animals. Do all that stuff. You know, again. Let me go to the comments a little bit and say, okay, no more donations. Go panhandle in live little bit, Chip. I don't know what that means. I started a new job, so keep doing what you're doing. We'll be here for you. Nice to hear that, Christian. Thank you. Thank you, Chip. But you guys love bugs. We don't. We love bugs, but we don't love eating them. Leave animals alone. Move to a better future. Exactly. Thank you for your conversation. Is every equal, Chip? Okay. Thank you everybody for being here. Have an awesome day, and yeah, live vegan. I hope to see you again tomorrow. There's a lot of people here. I'm excited, but my battery is running out, and my patience is also running out, and I don't want to go people and be strict or something. I think there's been some good conversations, even if that weren't all positive. So. Have an awesome day, everybody. I will end the stream. Thank you so much for everybody for supporting this channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Please tell me how I can improve my outreach. If you have suggestions, thinking, oh, maybe if you would have approached it slightly different, it would have been better. I want to get better at this. And, you know, I want animals to stop being exploited at the end of the day. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Have an awesome day. And